So I once went to see my dad. We're sitting down, we're chatting, we're eating, we're laughing, and all of a sudden, something I'd never heard before happened. His phone goes off, and it's a special ringtone. He went something like, ka-ching! I look at him, I'm like, Dad, what's that? Proper African dad is like, it's just my eBay. I'm like, what do you mean your eBay? He said, I like to know when I get paid. My dad had set up a special ringtone for when he sells his products on eBay. I thought, wow, Dad has got game. But it really got me thinking about passive income. You see, my dad, whilst we're sitting there and eating, had earned money. The phone kept going off. That ringtone kept popping. However, what the people out there don't know is the amount of work my dad puts into creating his products and selling them. So today I want to unpack passive income. In fact, I want to debunk passive income ideas. You might have heard so many ideas, even ideas that we share on our channel. Specifically, I want to go through 21 of them in like rapid fire. And I want to speak to you about whether these are ideas worth pursuing. I'm going to rank the passive income idea on a scale of 0 to 10. 10 being, this is mega passive. And 0 being, this is mega active. And you can decide whether this idea is worth your while. Okay? If you love that, support the channel, hit the subscribe button. All right, let's jump in and go through them one at a time. The very first idea is to start a blog. Now, the thing with blogging is that blogging requires work. Is it mega passive? Nah, absolutely not. In fact, I'd rank blogging from a passive income perspective at probably around 5 out of 10, meaning it's kind of in between. There's a ton of work to do. There's a ton of work to start. You've got to write. You've got to come up with content ideas. You've got to then write consistently. However, if you keep doing it, and you stay consistent, probably for like 6 months, 12 months, you might then get monetized and you might then start to sell digital products and things like that and add revenue and what have you. So it's a fairly decent idea from a passive income perspective, but it's not entirely passive. That's the first one. Passive income number 2 is to rent out a spare room. That's just passive. Of course you have to do some work to find a tenant. You've got to go on one of those platforms and go and put your ad and take a picture of it and list it and deal with people. And then you've got the person living in your property who you've got to deal with, seeing them every other day and answering all their queries if they have any. So yes, you make some money with renting out a spare room, and it's fairly passive. I'll probably rank that one at probably 8 out of 10. Yeah, so that's number 2. Number 3, to monetize through advertising. Now, ad revenue you can earn on various platforms, on a blog, on a YouTube channel, on a podcast, what have you. Yeah. Now with the ads, again, with that you have to put in work, because without content, there is no ads. A bit like this YouTube video and this channel. If I don't make these videos, there is no ad revenue to be made. And I'm going to come to YouTube in a minute. So monetizing through ads, I'd probably rank around 6 out of 10. Okay, so again, it's semi-passive, and you're noticing a trend. And I hope you tell me by the end of this video what that trend is by the end. Number 4 is to rent out your driveway. This is a great idea. There's a rising number of platforms out there that let you rent out your driveway. Yeah, and this is great because you can kind of sit in your house watching Netflix or whatever it is you watch, and someone shows up and parks their car on your driveway and earns you money. So this is actually fairly passive. But again, obviously you have to put some work in for that to become a reality in the first place. And of course, you need to have a driveway. So with rent out a driveway, I'd probably rank that one to be an 8 out of 10 from a passive. Remember, 10 is amazingly passive. 0 is nah. All right, number 5 is invest in index funds and ETFs. I love this idea. This is possibly one of the most passive ideas. And it's not a 10 out of 10. It's more like an 8.5, 9 out of 10. And I love this. I logged into our kids' account recently to go and check out their investments. I'm like, wow. One of our sons had a dividend of £10.60. And I was like, wow, this is good money. I called him over, come and check this out. Where did this money come from? A company paid you guys, right? Because you put money into these various companies. So that's a really, really great way to earn passive income. And it's fairly passive, but you've got to have a decent amount of money in there for it to make sense. Number 6 is to create an eBook. The key word there is create. There is work to be done. Now, with your ebook, you can even create your ebook and not make any money. And a lot of people don't make any money at all because a lot of selling an ebook is about the active work of selling. So there's a ton of work involved in actually making passive income, seeing that thing selling on autopilot. Don't get me wrong, you could be in your duvet at home and your ebook sells, and that's great, but it requires ongoing work to keep it going. So I'd probably rank an ebook at 5 out of 10 from a passive income perspective. Number 6 is affiliate marketing. Now, this is one that everybody talks about online. I've talked about it even on this channel. Affiliate marketing, a lot of people try, they make zero. Yeah, that's because you need a particular set of strategies that you need to execute basically for your affiliate marketing to work. And you need to promote the right things as well, and you need to promote it honestly and what have you. So affiliate marketing, I'd probably rank at, because you need to keep doing work, I'd probably rank affiliate marketing again, probably at like 4 or 5 out of 10, right? Because yes, you make passive income, and I get it. You keep generating commissions once in a while if you are doing the affiliate marketing properly. But again, it requires ongoing work for it to become a reality. Now, this doesn't mean you shouldn't do it because I ranked it at 4.5 or 5 out of 10. It just means that you need to also weigh up the returns you're getting, because some things might rank at 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10, but the return you're getting and that might not be worth your while. Affiliate marketing is one that I would actually do. So of the ones I've done so far, I'd probably still do all those ideas I've mentioned so far, but I'd obviously be very picky about which ones I choose based on returns. Yeah. Number 8 is to run a podcast. Again, similar to blogging, I'd rank running a podcast around the same, because they're pretty much the same thing. You're just creating audio files instead of you writing blogging content. But actually, creating a podcast is actually a bit easier because you're spending time a bit like this, just talking to a microphone or with a guest and so on. So I actually think it's a bit easier from a passive income perspective. But from a 0 to 10 perspective, I'll probably rank a podcast around 7 out of 10. And I think it's worth a while. But again, like all things, there is work to be done. I hope you're starting to see a bit of a pattern emerging here. Number 9 is to start a YouTube channel. You will see this mentioned all the time. Yeah, start a YouTube channel. It's fantastic. You will have, your ads and stuff. And that's great. Great idea, by the way. And I would even start a YouTube channel again today if I had to, because I think it's fantastic. However, there's a lot of work to be done. A lot of people don't ask themselves, think about YouTubers, how they have to come up with the video ideas they put out every single week. There's a lot of brain power that goes into thinking about those ideas that get created every week. And a lot of my time goes into researching them, then planning them, and then creating the videos, and then doing all the admin. Like publishing this video, for example, on YouTube requires typing all these descriptions and all these keywords. There is a lot of work that goes in. Yes, I could just chill out, put my feet up. I could make a video and just chill out and forget about it. And I'll keep getting ad revenue. Yes, and I'll get ad revenue from old videos. However, make no mistake, there is work to be done. Okay? So YouTube channel, I'll probably rank probably around 6.5 out of 10. Okay? Now, number 10 is high interest deposits. This is brilliant. You essentially put your money into a bank account, they just give you a return. This one's ranking at 9.5 out of 10 or 9 out of 10, similar to investing in index funds and ETFs. Number 10 is make and sell videos. Keyword, make and sell. You can make it and actually make no money at all. But you need to put it on a platform. Obviously, that requires work. Yeah, so there's work to be done. And this one, I probably rank the chance of it actually making you money. Again, probably 4 out of 10. I'll probably give this one from a passive income perspective because you need to put the work in to actually make the videos. Number 12 is bond investing. Similar to ETFs, where you get a coupon instead of dividends. Brilliant. You invest, obviously super low risk. You get your coupons, you're laughing. Yeah, depending on the quality of bonds you put your money into. So this one's again ranking at around 9 out of 10. Number 13 is to create courses. Woo! Now this one takes work. I'm going to tell you now, a lot of people say, oh yeah, passive income online courses. That's great. But creating a course takes work. Our first ever course that we created took at least 4 months. And that included waking up at 4:30 a.m. in the morning, then getting our kids ready for school, then all this stuff, and then creating the course, putting it on a platform, getting it listed, what have you. Yeah. Now, there are marketplaces now you can list your courses and list sell on an ongoing basis, but that requires having an audience. Yeah, that requires having a following. So again, we come back to an ongoing theme, which I hope you tell me at the end of this video. I'll share, obviously. Yeah, creating courses, I'll rank probably from a passive income perspective Probably around 4 out of 10. Okay. Number 14 is peer-to-peer lending. Now, this one has taken a real hit in the last few years. Okay. I personally I wouldn't even do it right now, personally. But, that remains. Again, it's similar to, it's a form of lending essentially, but you get a return and your money is then used to invest in high risk assets, blah, 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 right? But from a passive income perspective, you might not even get anything, right? So I'll probably rank this one at a 3 out of 10, yeah? Now, 15 is dividend income investing, which is a strategy anyone can execute to generate dividend income. I actually love this, but it requires work, yeah? And there's a risk you could actually lose all your money because you're investing in stocks. You're picking specific stocks, which is okay. It's not what we'd normally recommend, index funds, ETFs, but if it's for dividend income investing, provided you've done your research properly and it's a traditionally dividend paying stock and you're prepared to take the risk and you're not putting all your money into one basket, blah, 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 it's okay. Now, this one is great because once you get it right, you've got it right. But again, that dividend isn't always guaranteed. As we saw during COVID, for example, a lot of these companies chose to actually maybe cut down some of their dividends and so on. But this one I'd rate an 8.5 out of 10 because it requires a bit of work initially. Obviously, you need to then keep an eye on your investments as well. All right, next, number 16 is to create a membership site. This is one that I love, but I have to tell you, there is work. Mary and I run a membership over at Financial Joy Academy, but it requires work. And a lot of the work is not seen. Like, you might see the platform and it looks great and it's fantastic, but there is work to be done. But that work is purposeful work, which is what makes it really fulfilling, and it gives recurring income and so on. But again, there's an ongoing work to create content, to manage a community, to manage your platform, all those things. So I'd probably rank this one probably at around 5.5 to 6 out of 10 from a passive income perspective. Number 17 is to start an e-commerce store, okay? E-commerce, your Shopify's, your WooCommerce's, what have you. Whatever platform, you're selling a bunch of things online, right? Friends of ours do this. We do this ourselves. This one requires, again, the common trend requires you finding a product, doing the research, making sure that product has demand, finding a marketplace for that product, marketing that product on an ongoing basis, doing SEO, all those things you need to do. Yeah. However, your products can keep selling. Yeah. But you need to keep refreshing. You need to create essentially a process for buying and selling. Okay. Again, I'll probably rank this one, start an e-commerce store, probably at around 6 out of 10 at most. Number 18 is to create an app. This one I'll probably give like a 2 out of 10. Because this could mean that you put a lot of your money into creating stuff like this, but it doesn't actually go anywhere. A lot of people create apps and without a lot of research into demand and validating their idea, and their apps go nowhere. Yeah. So, and there's a lot of outlay that goes in from a work that needs to be put in to actually create the thing in the first place. Yeah. So this one I'd probably say 2 or 3 out of 10, thereabouts. Would I do this? I'd do it because we're thinking about creating an app ourselves, but that app is related to something that we already have in existence, in our case, our membership platform and stuff like that. So again, you need to have real validation that what you're doing is working out, for which you might then need to create an app in the first place. Number 19 is real estate investment trusts, REITs. REITs are great because it's an alternative way to invest in property without you necessarily owning it and all the risk and dealing with all the palaver, or in my culture we say wahala, dealing with all the wahalas, the problems basically, and it's low cost. But you do need to pay attention though, because with REITs there are fees to think about and stuff like that. This one I'd probably give an 8 out of 10 from a passive perspective. Again, similar to your ETFs, your index funds, your dividend investing and so on. Yeah. Number 20 is property investing. When people talk about passive income, talk about property. I buy it, I'm renting it out, give it to a management company. Like, whoo, life is good. Nah. It's not that good. It's actually not that good. Now, don't get me wrong. Property is a brilliant asset class. Look at all the history. Look at everyone who's built wealth. They've done it through property. Property, business, stocks. Common, right? Very common. But I'm going to tell you, property requires work. That is it. Even if you're giving it to an investment company, there is work to be done. There is money it will cost you. There is even unforeseen things that happen, like mortgage rates going up, and then it's sucking up all your savings. There's like proper wahala, problems, as I say in my culture. Wahala. Right? So, from a passive income perspective, property I probably give being real, more like a 2 or 3 out of 10. Now, does it mean that it generates you a return? Potentially. You can make quite a lot of money from a capital appreciation perspective. And you do ridiculously well depending on where you have your property. Like a major city and what have you. That's not what we're disputing. We're talking here passive income. Yeah. So it's not passive at all, is my point. But it has huge potential for wealth generation. And then number 21 is venture capital investments. I used to work in venture capital. I used to be a chief financial officer for a VC firm. So I know a lot about venture capital. And we used to put money into companies and blah, blah, blah. And then we deal with investors. I'd go to board meetings and deal with yeah, not the happiest of investors. Let's put it that way. And the thing I'd say about venture capital investments is that you can put your money essentially into unquoted companies and you wait for a return and what have you. And what you do in the UK via things called VCTs, venture capital trusts, is you get these rebates. When you put money in, you get a 30% rebate, which is a tax rebate. And it's great. And then the passive element comes from the dividends that you get from those investments. But I have to tell you, most of these companies, if not 75% of them, fail. Yeah. So again, I probably rank this one at a 1 out of 10 from a passive perspective. Though there's huge potential, there's real bang for your buck, potentially, keyword. But there's still work to be done because it's active investing, because you don't have to keep monitoring your investments, keeping an eye on your, it's just heartache. Whew. All of that to say, I've gone through 21 ideas there. There is a common theme across all the ideas, which is there is work to be done, my friends. There is work to be done. I know that we're passive, we feel wow, I just want to be in my bed, in my duvet, and then the money's flying in. I'm wow, I'm on holiday and money's flying in. That's great. However, the true reality, and this is the key point of this video, is does it really matter that it's mega passive? It could be a bit passive, but that's okay. The key thing is whether it's active or whether it's passive, the key thing is that you are doing something that makes you extra money in a sustainable way going forward. And that sustainable income you're generating is helping you to improve your life and help you have better outcomes, achieve your goals, and so on. Yeah. So I hope this video has been really useful. I've tried to keep it really real. There's no editing here. I've just filmed it and I'm going to post it. But I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. What spoke to you from this video? Which of these ideas are you actually either exploring now or planning to explore in the future? Jump in the comments and let us know. If you really enjoyed today's video of super keeping it real, I'm trying to debunk these ideas without trying to sugarcoat anything. There's no room for that here. I'll tell you straight up. I'd love to hear from the comments if you've got further ideas for us to kind of explore and consider debunking and sharing more on. Jump in the comments and let us know. And don't forget what I mentioned as well. Although I've kind of ranked these ideas on a scale of 0 to 10, remember what I said. Just that because an idea is maybe a 1 or a 2 does not mean you shouldn't pursue it. Yeah, because that idea might give you the potential for greater returns. Yeah, but at the end of the day, whether it's passive, fully passive, or partially passive, I'm going to end by saying that is work to be done, my friends. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and as always, in all things, be thankful and seek joy. Take care. Bye for now.